多謝主席，我動議通過印載喺議程內嘅議案。主席，我相信今日喺呢個議會裏邊，有啲人會覺得呢個動議係冇必要。佢哋認為香港嘅法治基礎一直都好好啊，唔需要畫蛇添足，再講多一次。但係終審法院非常任法官包致金曾經警告過我哋，一場前所未見嘅猛烈風暴將會侵襲司法獨立。一個法官喺離任嘅時候，唔係帶予祝福同埋願景，而係提出憂慮同警告。呢個係非常嚴肅同埋唔尋常嘅事。好不幸，包致金法官嘅預言已經實現咗。冇幾耐之前，前律政司司長、現任基本法委員會副主任梁愛詩重提1999年嘅吳嘉玲案。佢話法律界包括法官對中央及特區嘅關係缺乏認識。梁愛詩後來又指香港人對50年不變有誤解，釋法唔會影響司法獨立。佢又提到香港嘅法院前後4次釋法，由此可見釋法嘅合法性已被香港嘅法院肯定。甚至佢話香港嘅法律制度係可以改變。梁愛詩嘅言論埋咗一條伏線。作為前律政司司長，佢嘅言論我哋唔可以當係一件普通嘅事。基本法第19條清楚列明，香港特別行政區享有獨立嘅司法權同終審權。除咗一些牽涉國家同埋國防、外交等嘅案件，法院對所有其他案件都有最終審理權。所有釋法理應由終審法院向人大提出，如果改由政府提出，將會大大打擊香港嘅司法獨立同埋司法制度。緊接着梁愛詩嘅言論，就係現任嘅律政司就外傭嘅居港權官司，建議終審法院就雙非嘅問題向人大提請釋法。另外，律政司亦都唔肯承諾，如果中院唔接受佢哋釋法嘅提請，就唔會自己主動釋法。呢個做法就等於喺法庭頭上面放一把刀，敬酒唔飲，飲罰酒。政府企圖借釋法去解決一啲非常有爭議性嘅社會議題，但係佢哋有冇考慮到釋法本身已經係一個非常有爭議性嘅手段？每一次釋法都會削弱香港建立多年得來不易嘅司法制度。一旦成為習慣，行政機關就等於凌駕喺法院之上，三權分立嘅制衡從此蕩然無存。主席，三權分立一直係香港賴以成功嘅基礎，行政、立法、司法互相監察，而法治亦都係確保公義得到彰顯。但係環顧而家嘅香港，行政當局係一個民意低、冇誠信嘅弱勢政府。立法會要有效監察越嚟越難，司法獨立向來係香港公義嘅最後底線。如果呢個堡壘最後被攻破，咁香港嘅未來會變成點呢？有啲人會覺得探討香港嘅法治危機而家係危言聳聽，但係法治係令香港喺一國兩制之下仍然能夠得到市民信任、力保國際形象嘅一個重要原因。我哋嘅經濟同埋我哋嘅城市發展都唔能夠離開一個公義嘅法治制度。行錯一步，日後可能已經冇回頭路。暴風雨已經來臨，我哋絕對不能夠掉以輕心。正所謂疾風知勁草，我期望香港市民同我哋法律界團結一致，企喺同一陣線上邊，抵擋頭上嘅暴風雨，從而建立一個更堅實嘅法治社會。President, if I may use the mother tongue of the common law to make the rest of my speech. It is said that the price of freedom is constant vigilance. I say it is also the very price that we must pay to safeguard the rule of law today. Mr. Justice Bokhari warned of an impending storm for the rule of law in Hong Kong. In light of the recent developments, I'm sad to say that the verification of his prophecy is now painfully self-evident. 15 years after the handover, it is time for us to remind ourselves in this very chamber the cardinal principles of the rule of law, the common law tradition, the rules of natural justice and procedural fairness, due process, habeas corpus, an independent judiciary, access to court for all, and an independent legal profession. President, therein lay the foundations of the legal system we have, and I dare say, of the fundamental pillar under one country, two systems, under the Basic Law. These very principles form the bright constellation which has gone before us and guided our steps through an age of transition and reformation. The Hong Kong people helped found this special administrative region. We've helped crafted a constitution known as the Basic Law. And in this constitution came the powers that were bestowed on our government. We've made it an executive government subject to checks and balances. We've defined its authority. We've restrained it to the exercise of such powers as are granted to it by the law. And we've not stopped there. Who then shall construe this grant of power under the Constitution? Who shall interpret this Constitution? With whom do we repose this right of deciding on the powers of government? Are we at the complete mercy of state discretion and state construction of our Constitution? President, if we are, then in vain will be our attempt to maintain and protect our Constitution. In the Constitution itself, a proper and suitable mode of tribunal for settling questions of law have been established. Article 19 of the Basic Law states, the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region shall be vested with independent judicial power, including that of final adjudication. Apart from cases involving acts of state, defense, and foreign affairs, our courts have jurisdiction over all cases, and that their judgment shall be final. The Constitution has itself pointed out, ordained, and established the authority of our courts. The rule of law and democracy must go hand in hand. For democracy may disarm an oligarchy, a privileged class, but it can still crush individuals as merciless as any dictator can if we live without the rule of law. The rule of law is what makes Hong Kong shine as the gem under one country, two systems. The rule of law is what makes our nation not only great, but shall transform it into a good and moral one. Our present cause is to protect and treasure the rule of law in Hong Kong so that when the national impetus for change arrives, what we have in Hong Kong shall shine in the rest of our nation. This is the very task set upon us. Let us look into our country and our cause and elevate ourselves to the dignity of pure and disinterested patriots and drive our country towards that of a just and peaceful nation. I know that there are many who believe that the time is gone when one can appeal to those high and honest impulses that were once the mainstay and the element of our character. Yet I believe it is a noble thing to have the opportunity to guide the development of our nation and to influence the destinies of our people. If ever it was an object of honorable ambition, more than ever must this be so at the moment which we are speaking. This is an hour when the foundation of the rule of law is under threat from those who disagree with its basic premise. They are the enemies of the rule of law, and they represent the powerful forces that threaten what we hold most dear to our hearts. They are the soulless men who believe in nothing except the brutality of power alone without constitutional restraint. Whether this threat is real or imagined, as some would blindly try to argue today, we must nevertheless safeguard the rule of law with all our might and with all our strength, President. For history shall blame us for our false sense of complacency should we allow the rule of law to fade, to slip away, and to leave its foundations broken and unrepaired whilst under our guard. We must continue to provide ample resources to support the work of our judiciary and judges, to protect their status, to safeguard their independent judicial role. We must ensure access to justice for all, irrespective of one's economic condition, hence the need to continue to expand both civil and criminal legal aid. Justice ought to extend her protection with rigid impartiality to the rich and to the poor, to the powerful and to the humble. And likewise, the independence of our legal profession must also be guarded against any infiltration. A healthy and independent legal profession is key to maintaining the rule of law in Hong Kong. President, there are politicians in this council, men and women, who have looked with ambition to the honors of high public office. These are the same men who have now been pressed into a groove from which they can neither escape nor retreat, holding high public office, but maintain there at the expense of their present convictions, which do not harmonize well with their earlier opinions under a different role. May I remind those that the rule of law does not change depending on one's role or standpoint. The principles of rule of law do not change no matter where one is stationed in life. Be you now speaking as the chairman of the bar, the secretary for justice, a member of the legal profession, or an ordinary citizen seeking a day in court. No, the impartial and fair scales of justice do not change. President, I contemplate the progress of the rule of law in this nation will be slow and painful, but I look forward to it with perfect composure and confidence. For establishing the rule of law for our nation begins with upholding our Constitution here at home by means of an independent judiciary and from a conviction of its benefit that will accrue to the great body of the people in this nation. I move this council to support the motion. Thank you, President. Accrue to the great body of the people in this nation. I move this council to support the motion. Thank you, President.